Stop, scroll back if you have to. Before you watch anything else today, I mean anything, I need you to hear this. Right now in the UK, someone is applying for a loan in your name, opening a credit card with your details, signing a phone contract using your address, and you have absolutely no idea it's happening. This is not a film. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is identity fraud, and it's happening to ordinary people, everyday people, in every city across the UK. The devastating part, most victims don't find out until a debt collector calls, until a mortgage gets rejected, until their credit score is destroyed. And here is what nobody will tell you. The fraudsters who do this, they have a name for people like you. They call you freshmen, especially if you are new to the UK. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how it happens, who is being targeted right now, and the 3 things you can do before you go to bed to protect everything you've worked for. Every minute of this video matters. Hi, my name is Braimoh, former money and debt advisor with Citizen Advice Bureau and Talking Money. I have sat with real people whose financial lives were destroyed by exactly what we are discussing today. This is the Farm Podcast. If nobody has ever warned you about this, you are in the right place. So, question for you: what is identity fraud? Let me define this clearly. Because most people think identity fraud means someone stealing your wallet. It doesn't. Identity fraud happens when someone steals your personal details and uses them for their own financial gains. Your name, your address, your date of birth, your national insurance number, 4 pieces of information. That's all they need. And once they have them, they can apply for credit in your name, take out loans you know nothing about, open a bank account, even sign mobile phone contracts. All of it under your name. And here is the painful truth. Why they are spending, you are the one the lenders come after. You are the one whose credit score gets destroyed. You are the one who has to prove you didn't do it. Let me prove this to you. Look at this. This is someone's bank's statement. I found this statement in a bin outside a local shop near my house. Name, address, account number, all right here. For your information, I didn't break any law to get it on the floor. Someone just threw it away. There is an African proverb that says, the forest will be silent if no bird sang, except the one that sang best. In fraud, the criminal makes all the noise, and the innocent person is left clean up the silence. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you 4 specific ways criminals are getting your information right now. One of them will surprise you, and one of them you are probably doing today without realizing it right now. And if you think I will never fall for that, stay with me, because method 4 is so low tech, so simple that it works on PhD and personnel equally. I saw it happens to a doctor at Citizen Advice Bureau, a doctor. Let me show you exactly how fraudsters get information. Are you following me right now? Method 1, phishing. You receive an email. It looks official. It says from your bank or from HMRC or even from the NHS. It tells you there's an urgent problem with your account. It asks you to click a link and verify your details. And what do? You click, you enter your information, and within seconds, a criminal has everything they need. That is phishing. And it is designed to feel completely real. Method number 2, data breaches. Sometimes you do everything right and your data is still stolen because companies you trust, shops, apps, website can be hacked. And when that happens, your name, your email, and sometimes financial details end up on the dark web, sold to criminals for pennies. Your entire financial life worth less than a Frito. Method number 3, social media. This is the one that surprises people the most, and the one you are probably doing right now. Every time you post your full name, your date of birth, your pet's name, where you live, when you are on holiday, you post that. You are handing criminals the building blocks of your identity. Most people share this information freely, and fraudsters collect it quietly. Pause this video right now. Check your last Instagram post. How much of your personal information is publicly visible? Yeah, that's right. Method number 4, posts and documents. Old bank statements, utility bills, letters from HMRC. If these go in your bin without being shredded, someone can retrieve them and use them against you. This is called bin raiding. Yes, bin raiding. Here is the part most videos never cover. Why newcomers and everyday people are being targeted right now, I'll show you. Stay with me, because what I'm about to show you is a section that could save your financial life here in the UK. And before we finish today, I'll show you exactly what to do to protect yourself before you go to bed tonight. Plus, in the next episode, I'm going to show you a real phishing email designed for people like you. You'll see exactly how convincing it looks, how to spot it before it's too late. Let's keep going. Why most people are becoming more vulnerable, especially newcomers. I want to speak directly to newcomers and international students here in the UK. When you first arrive here in the UK, you are navigating everything at once. New system, new process, new organizations contacting you. When an email arrives that looks official or a phone call comes claiming to be from your bank, it is harder to know what is real and what isn't. Fraudsters, they know this. They specifically target newcomers. They know you are vulnerable because confusion is a criminal's best friend. Let me tell you what I witnessed personally. A healthcare professional newly arrived in the UK received a letter that looked exactly the one from HMRC. It asked them to call a number to verify their national insurance number. They called. You see? They gave their information, and weeks later, 3 credit accounts have been opened in their name. They did nothing wrong. They were simply new, and that made them a target. Pause this video right now. Pause it. Go check your email right now. Look for anything from HMRC, your bank, or delivery company in the last 7 days. I'll wait for you, my friend.
In a world where financial stress and mental health struggles seem to go hand in hand, one podcast aims to help you find solace and guidance. Introducing the FAM Podcast, navigating you through the tricky waters of personal finance and mental well-being. Our mission is to empower you with the knowledge and tools to create a healthy relationship with money while nurturing your mental health. Join host Braimoh, a debt to prosperity success story, as he dives deep into financial habits and mental well-being. Discover Braimoh's secrets of financial literacy and mental health strategies for coping with financial stress. Get ready for thought-provoking discussions, practical tips, and Braimoh's real-life stories of triumph over adversity. Let's embark on a transformative journey together that will change your relationship with money, your state of mind, and ultimately change your life. Tune into the FAM Podcast.
Done? If you found one, you are already a target. Keep watching to see if it's real or fake. Warning sign 1. Unexplained credit application on your reports. Someone has been applying for credit using your name. Warning sign 2. Bills or statements for things you never applied for. A credit card, a phone contract, even a loan. Warning sign 3. Rejected credit application with no clear reason. Your file may already be compromised. Warning sign 4. Missing posts that should have arrived early. Someone may have redirected your mail. Warning sign 5. Calls from debt collectors about debt you don't recognize. Any one of these is a red flag. Don't ignore it. Don't wait. Act immediately. And here is the part that keeps me awake at night. Once your identity is compromised, it takes 200 to 300 hours to fully recover. That's 5 full work weeks of your life gone just like that. Cleaning up someone else's mess. So what do? You're in the right place. 3 things you must do today or tonight before you go to sleep. 1. Check your credit reports. You can use Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion. Free statutory reports available to everyone. Go to their website tonight, even right now, after this video. Look for any accounts, searches, or application you don't recognize. If you see something unfamiliar, do not ignore it. 2. Register for electoral roll. If you are eligible, do this today. It confirms your address is legitimate and makes it harder for fraudster to use a false address in your name. Don't ignore it. Number 3. shred sensitive documents, any letter with your name on it, address, or financial details. Not torn, not folded, shredded. One document in the wrong hands can open multiple accounts in your name. 3. Action. 30 minutes. Powerful protection from me to you, free of charge. Do that now. Identity fraud doesn't only happen to careless people. It happens to careful people, responsible people, people doing everything right. The difference between those who are protected and those who are caught off guard is simply awareness, access to the right information I'm giving to you right now. And now you have it. Knowledge is not just power. In this case, knowledge is protection. If this episode opened your eyes, like this video. It helps more people to find it. Subscribe to the Farm Podcast and share this with someone new to the UK, because this information doesn't just protect finances, it protects lives. Drop me a comment below. Have you ever, or someone you know, been targeted by fraud in the UK? This story might protect someone else reading or watching this video. And remember, personal finance is personal and your mental well-being is priceless. See you in the next episode. Take care and bye-bye.
The FAM Podcast.